Hello there, I'm Tom Zarinskas. I'm the creator and keeper of Truespel Phonetics. And Truespel is an English-based phonetic system made of regular letters, free on the internet. And you can go there for and see tutorials, free tutorials, the converter. You can paste whole paragraphs and convert them to phonetics. And there are analyses there, some of which I want to talk to you right about. For a tutorial to catch up on how Truespel works, you can go to this link here. Right now, I want to talk about phoneme population on the popularity on the written page, which is different from a dictionary list. Say you have a dictionary list of 60,000 words, and you look at phonemes popularity there in the list will be different from the popularity of the phonemes on the written page, because many phonemes are repeated far more than others. And the problem with phonetics right now is this is phonetics as inherited from the 1888-86 International Phonetic Association chart, which was created in France, and the journal was written in French until 1970. It was very, very French influenced, and it was quite egalitarian because there are Greek symbols and there's Polish kind of symbols and French symbols, so they took phoneme spellings from various languages. And you can see from this, I think there are 43 sounds for U.S. English. Here is the only vowel that looks familiar. These are all vowels up on top, and you can click on these and hear them, which is well done, actually. Said. Let's see. This is a 3 by 8. There's 24 consonants. You can see that many of these are special symbols, and this makes phonetics very, very difficult. So if phonetics were English-based, which in English is the lingua franca of the world, that would be the way to go, and that's what I tried to establish. When I talk to teachers of various subjects about spelling 3 sounds, and aw, none of them could do so in phonetics. And here is how they would have spelled those sounds in a phonics kind of way. So you can pause this video at any time and go back, I suppose, and check this right up out. But phonetics is not taught to kids who are learning English, and it's completely forgotten about in case you need to go to a dictionary phonetic guide. So let's get into something really neat. This is a Truespel investigation of the ways in percent that U.S. English sounds are spelled in running text. And what I had to do was find a count of words in text, which was provided by Collins Cobuild, and they came up with, for the first 5,000 most popular words in various magazines, books, and newspapers, they counted the top 5,000, which came up to 15.4 million words, which is estimated probably more than 90% of words on a page. And so I did an analysis of these, and let's go down to the first 20 or so. There you go. Oops. Well, we have to do it this way. And what I did was, here are the sounds in alphabetical order, and later in the next screen I will show you them, the actual counts, and they were listed in order of popularity. But it says here 100% that the letter, that the A sound, this stands for the A, this is ah, this is A, this is air, this is aw. You pretty much have to learn what these are, but this shows you how to pronounce those. The A sound is in bat. Actually, it came out to 99.6. It rounded up to 100%. And that, whenever you hear the A sound, you can expect that it will be spelled by the letter A. Now, the ah sound, as in sob, notice that it is mostly spelled in US English by the letter O. And also by the letter A. Most of the participants, the 9 participants in the studies, wrote down the letter A. None wrote down the letter O. So you can see that the phonics part and the word popularity part of phonetics is different than which can be conceived in the mind from past history. Now, there's an interesting feature of the A sound, as in Sunday. It is mostly spelled by the silent E, as in the word make, M-A-K-E, and the silent E form is most representative. The A-A-Y is next, the letter A, E-Y, A-I, and then the letter A with 2 consonants, and then the letter E makes up 4%. You can see, you'll see that the vowels make up far more forms than the consonants. Look at that consonant, as B is always 100%. So I'll show the next 20, and you can go back, pause, and go back on your screens to check these out. Alright, so there's all 40 of them, and you can also see again the percentiles at which traditional spelling forms are more important than other ones. The consonants are far more consistent than the vowels. Here's an interesting one. The TH sound, there are 2 TH sounds, as in the and thin. They are spelled differently in Truespel to differentiate. 100% of the time those sounds are spelled by the letter TH, so you never know, as in the word the and that versus thin and think. You never know which way to say it from traditional spelling, which I call Truespel for short. So that's an interesting one. The least used, the least encountered sound in English is the j sound, as in vision or measure and leisure. So 98% of the time it is spelled by the letter S, and there's a few other times. Okay, I have a even better one for you. Alright, here we go. This is the ranked popularity of English sounds. You can read this here. It is the same data, not represented in percent, but represented in actual data. And so here we go. This is very, very interesting and important, because you have the real data here. You have the ranked phonemes. This is the N sound is the #1 phoneme in English. Now some would say that schwa is the #1 phoneme sound of English, and that would be true, but Truespel does not have schwa, because schwa actually is an aggregate term for a lot of other vowels. So in my interpretation of the English language, there is no schwa. It's all broke down into other vowel sounds. And here are the rankings of the top 20, and here are the Truespel spellings blocked. And you can see that Truespel is consistent with the first ranked sound, but there are some problems with popularity. Now, the is the most popular word, and it's always spelled with the sound in Truespel instead of going. I don't know how many are the E sound as before a word beginning with a vowel. So the letter E, letter E spells in Truespel more times than any other ones. And then there's the letter A, which comes in second, and O, and then the letter U. The letter O in of and from spells the sound quite more often than we realize. And this one here is has a vowel in between. It's the silent E or magic E, and the word love would fit that. I forget what kind of word that is, but would fit that. But these are the Truespel versions and spelling forms for the sound. So the letter U seems very intuitive to apply to the sound. And so you can go over these. What is interesting is that the Z sound is more often spelled by the letter S than by the letter Z, even more spelled by the letter X than the letter Z. The Z sound is often a plural, and those in the plural form with the Z is found quite more often than the Z as another type of situation. So you can study these, and we'll go down to the bottom 20. Let's see. And you can see that the frequency is what was 4 million for the top word is down to under 1 million. There are quite less frequent on the least popular phonemes. They are spelled in their most popular way most often. You get into vowels, and they are quite often have to be spelled in a way that is a little bit different than English would expect. The sound is often found in foreign words, the double A for the sound, as in sob. The long A sound, as in may or make or take or fame, has the silent E moved up to the vowel made long. So the long vowels, all 5 long vowels, have silent E moved up. And you'll see if any phoneme form has the E at the end of it, A-E, I-E, E-E, O-E, U-E, they are the long vowels. And so that is time's running short. That is a pretty much a wrap of Truespel's phonemes. Go back and study them, especially the ranking with the actual counts, and they will tell you everything you need to know about the popularity of phonemes in U.S. English. Thank you.